It's back to school season, and I've gathered up my list of recommendations for great tech to outfit any student this season. Whether you're a first-year student headed off to college, an upperclassman in need of some upgrades, or heck, even if you're a few years away from or a few years after college, these are all solid recommendations to give you all the basics needed to be productive. Now, admittedly, many of these are not the cheapest options, but where a premium option is my go-to, I've tried to provide a more budget alternative wherever possible. I've also tried my best to stick to devices that I've personally used and stand behind 100%. For everything mentioned, I've got affiliate links down in the description if you want to pick one up for yourself, as well as links to any related videos that I've made about the products. Feel free to let me know down in the comments which of these recommendations you love and any that I may have missed. Now, let's jump into it. Every school setup starts with and revolves around a computer. Today, I think that the best option for most people is getting a MacBook Air. The base level MacBook Airs these days are super capable machines thanks to the impressive Apple Silicon processors that they use. Based on your budget, you can choose to upgrade to higher levels of storage, which I highly recommend, more RAM, or if you really want to ball, you can go for the MacBook Pro to get even more power. Now, if you're not an Apple user, or importantly, if you're going to be in a major that will require certain software that prohibits you from using a Mac, I'd recommend either the Dell XPS, which is a long-running favorite and very solid machine, or you can go with the brand new Windows Surface laptop. These new Windows laptops are beginning the switch to ARM-based processors, most of them made by Qualcomm, which are showing early signs of potentially being as revolutionary as when Mac switched from Intel to Apple Silicon. Very cool to see and exciting for the future possibilities. The next essential item for back to school in my book is a good pair of headphones. Active noise cancellation has gotten so good these days that I think that would be my number one priority when picking out a pair of headphones. Whether it's trying to focus in the library or just wanting to drown out sounds from noisy neighbors, ANC will come in clutch in numerous ways on a college campus. My pick for earbuds would be the Beats Fit Pros. They're fantastic on either Apple or Android, and they'll stay in your ears better, whether working out or in daily use with their wingtip design. On top of that, they've got good sound with a bit more emphasis on the bass, as is standard with Beats devices. My alternative earbuds are the AirPods Pros, which are fantastic, but I really only recommend them if you're an Apple user, and if you're confident they're not going to fall out of your ears like they do for me. If earbuds are not your style, I'd recommend the Sony WH-1000 XM4s. These are not the newest model, so feel free to get the XM5s if you have the extra budget, but they're a better value, they fold down better for storage, and they're just all around great headphones. Now, if $350 is too steep, Sony also makes the $200 Ultwear headphones, which can be a cheaper alternative. Next up, we have some desk enhancements. If working straight from your laptop is not your style, I've got keyboard and mice recommendations for you. To start, if you want the ultimate typing experience, I have to recommend Newfie Air or Newfie Halo as my favorite mechanical keyboards currently. They are both incredible, though a bit pricey. Thankfully, you can get 10% off on Newfie.com with code Cameron, which is so cool. For a cheaper mechanical alternative, I recommend the Keychron K3 V2, which can be found for under $100 and is still a great pick. Finally, if you want non-mechanical, the Logitech MX Keys S and MX Keys Mini are great ultra-low profile keyboards which are very similar to typing on a laptop. They're also expensive but are fantastic. If you want something very similar but much cheaper, I recommend the Keychron B1 Pro or B6 Pro, which are also ultra-low profile keyboards and are darn good ones at that. If you want the best mouse on the market today, and one that will last you your entire college career and beyond, then look no further than the Logitech MX Master 3S. It is fantastic and has all the features you could want. If you want to save a little bit of money, I think the best value mouse today is the Logitech Signature M650. It's got a really nice balance of price to features and will fit most needs for most people. If you wind up purchasing both a mouse and keyboard, then you're probably going to want something to either prop up your laptop or to connect it to a separate monitor. An option for a cheap laptop stand that's still good quality is the Light Pro Laptop Riser. It's just $17, holds most laptop sizes, and we've been using one in my household for many years with no issues. If you instead want to pick up a monitor, I like the Asus VG27AQ. It's a good value monitor that's been on my desk for years at this point, and I think it's in that sweet spot in terms of size, giving you a great amount of workable area without being too crazy. It even has respectable enough specs if you want to do some gaming in your free time. Finally, if you want to go really different, you can throw out most of the recommendations that I just provided and instead go with the Casa pop-up desk from Logitech. It's new and super unique, giving you the ability to have a laptop stand, a keyboard, and a trackpad all in one, making it super portable to bring back and forth to school, to the library, or to wherever else you want to bring your working setup. Now, if you like listening to music, then you're probably going to want to consider getting some type of speaker system. In my dorm, I got a ton of use from a basic set of computer speakers from Logitech. Today, that would be the Z207, which comes in at just $60. It's got decent sound without having a crazy amount of bass. If you want, you can add a subwoofer by upgrading to the Z407. It will double the price to $120, but will give you the ability to get a ton more low end should you wish to annoy your neighbors. An alternative path is getting a high quality Bluetooth speaker. My favorite is the new UE Boom 4, which comes in at $150, has great sound, excellent battery life, and is extremely portable. It strikes a really nice balance across everything you'd want from a speaker. Outside of the Boom, I'd recommend anything else from the UE lineup. That goes as small and portable as the $100 Wonder Boom and as absolutely insane as the $400 Hyper Boom. It all depends on how much you want to disturb those neighbors. Outside of music, you may be looking for a television for entertainment purposes. My favorite television interface these days is the Google TV. Now you can access it either from one of the latest Chromecasts. There's a $50 4K version or a $30 1080p version. Alternatively, you can buy a TV with it already built in. A couple options that are decent values would be the 43-inch TCL 43S 450G, coming in at $220, or the 32-inch 32S 350G at $140. Both are only 1080p, but they save you some money and avoid you needing to buy the Chromecast device separately. Next up is charging. With all the tech devices discussed here and in the world today, you're going to wind up with quite a few things needing power. When it comes to charging, I love the Anker brand. The Anker 351 power strip is all over my house, including powering my camera and lights and everything else in this room as we speak. It's right down here. It's only $30, has more than enough plugs, USB-A and C ports, and should last you the entirety of your college career and beyond. From a power adapter perspective, the Anker 511 Nano Pro is a 20-watt charger, excellent for charging phones and other small devices, and is extremely small and perfectly portable. Picking one of these up to have in a bag whenever you travel, to and from school, around campus, wherever. I have one of these in my travel bag, my wife's travel bag, plus a couple more around the house in some permanent locations. They are fantastic. Last but not least, I'm not sure if we're still buying printers when we head off to school. Printers are super boring, but I've had my particular one for 4 years now and it's been super solid. It's a really, really tiny laser printer, so it's perfect for a small dorm. My exact model is discontinued, but they have a new, even cheaper version called the HP LaserJet M110W. It's only $130 and has even been on sale for less. So yeah, if you need a printer, that's a good one. All right, that'll do it for my recommendations for this year's back to school season. I hope you enjoyed this list. Remember that there are affiliate links for all the products discussed if you want to support the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.